Destination Detour, the podcast that gets lost on purpose. I am J.M. Romig.
I'm Sean King.
And with us is a special guest,
Dean Hayes.
Alright. Today we're going to be discussing the work of AmyFruchtman. Alright, this is in response to a call for submissions we put out a while back. We're finally getting to her poems. She sent us a couple that we really liked, so now we're going to talk about it, and we have a special guest on. He's never seen any of these poems, so Dean could hate them. Dean could love them. We don't know.
She works in film and TV. She lives in upstate New York. She said she's going to try to eventually put all these poems on SoundCloud for us, but she lives in Brooklyn, New York now, but she's working in upstate New York. She's been writing poetry since 2008, and she said she enjoys all forms of creative writing. She thinks that poetry is the best and most detailed way to express her thoughts. Since she's grew up in Philadelphia, in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. That's probably all the pertinent information. She moved to New York City in 2008 to study filmmaking. But...
Nifty. Alrighty. The first poem by Amy we got is Indigo Hotel. Sean, do you want to read that one?
Yeah, 1 second here. Gotta go back to where we were. Okay. Indigo Hotel. Up here on the umpteenth floor, the city's soul won't find us, where neckties candy-striped of salmon skin and burgundy velour will orbit over lunar leather hands and strings of calloused constellations, your chocolatiering eyes now freshly jaundiced like the sun. Please do not disturb us as we rust away with the tiles of the room, ever fastened to the floor, fermenting perfect jugs of wine, and all we need are ripened grapes and time.
Oh, right. I like some of the alliteration she does in some of this, see if I can find the callous constellations. Specifically, I really like that image.
Like salmon skin, where'd it go? Like fastened to the floor, fermenting perfect jugs of wine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like, because like when alliteration is used in a poem, I like it sparingly. I like it like a little bit here, a little bit there. All the way through is obnoxious.
No, yeah, not when with this poem. Every word begins with the letter F.
Yeah.
Yes.
I disagree. I like the constant flow, personally.
It sounds too Dr. Seussish for me when that happens. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends on what the vocabulary used. Like, is it really simple, obviously taken, kind of kiddie-like rhyme? Or is it a clever play on words,
True. It can be done well. It's just one of the things that is hardly done well, in my opinion. Alright, I also like the way she capitalized "please do not disturb" in this line, and immediately evoking the image of one of those "please do not disturb" signs.
Well, yeah, this fits in with obviously, let me go back here in a second. Yeah, there's that whole line there. Yeah, please do not disturb us as we rust away with the tiles of the room ever fastened to the floor. I think the beginning of the poem just kind of is like. I think the second half of the poem is way stronger than the first half.
Oh,
obviously,
yeah.
Please do not disturb us as we rust away with the tiles of the room ever fastened to the floor, fermenting perfect jugs of wine, and all we need are ripened grapes in time. I think the very end is probably the best part of the poem.
Yeah, that's the part that hits the best. Hits the hardest.
Honestly, I have conflicting opinions about the poem as a whole. First of all, she's obviously very strong with imagery, and it does strongly invoke the images contained there for me. But the way it's written irks me a bit. Like, I don't like the way the poem is actually written per se. And yet the meaning that I personally take from the poem, the more I think about it, the more I really do like that. So I have a weird confliction here.
Yeah. It's weird how that often
I think
happens.
that's what she's trying to do here. Is just
continue.
I think with you definitely hit on the nail on the head. Like, she's she's really good at using imagery to just evoke, making you see what she wants you to see. And it's like a bit of a duality thing coming down with like the whole grapes to wine fermentation, people, time, like them just the way the room is aging theoretically.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like all of that. She does a really good job with the imagery and just making you feel and see what she wants you to feel and see. And I think that's kind of what she was going for here with this.
Well, like if I was to hear this performed or see it on a YouTube video, I'd hear it once, kind of zone out a bit maybe, but I wouldn't give it a second thought. Reading it 2 or 3 times and kind of absorbing what I'm seeing here, that's what makes it a worthwhile piece to me. Like from what I get from it is a commentary on society, like the human society. We put ourselves up on this pedestal. We've reached the height of power on the planet, and yet everything, like the human species itself, not the society, is just exhausted and decaying.
I think that's an interesting take.
Like,
on it.
I think it's. I find it more as just two people losing each other together, and I think it's more simple than that, but maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe not. I don't know. I'm starting to kind of see where Dean's coming from. Before I totally understood.
Well, it's like she comments up on the upteenth floor, which means a high altitude. It makes me think large hotel, obviously, but larger buildings too invokes like skyscrapers and such. The city's salt, the working class, the salt of the earth, the people down below. They got some kind of lavish images here with velour, and you go to the calloused constellations, go back to a bit of astrology, Roman mythology, the work of the gods, the powerful, the people of money is what I think. And it's just going down to we're fermenting the aging tiles of the floor. It's like we've achieved greatness, but now we've got nothing to do but to slowly waste time and rot.
Huh.
Now that may not be in any way similar whatsoever to what she was going for, but that's what I get from it.
Well, I guess authorial intent doesn't mean as much as what's actually on the page. So.
I still want to see her. I want to have her on the show at some point to talk about different things. Because I always say this about our guests, about the people who write the poems we review, is I want to hear their perspective on things. Like not necessarily the poems, but just I always want to hear what they have to say about things. Because this is an interesting. There's so many different ways you could take this. I like the jaundice, the sun line.
Yeah.
It's a really good image. Alright, you want to move on to Past Lives in D minor?
Sure. Yeah.
Dean, you want to read that one?
If you like.
Sure.
Alright. Past Lives in D minor. Crunchy Virgin Main bound blizzard. The internet's younger, jealous brother. A broken bathroom lock at the Midtown Motel. Skinny, shared locomotive armrests. Fake purple sugar in my coffee. Tightly gripping panty line elastic. No turn on red. Fake Facebook birthday fodder. Lost, or stolen, striped black baseball cap. Pansy Lucky Rather. The yellow copper kettle, who is head over heels for the arrogant.
You still there?
Yeah, I couldn't read that. Yeah, I couldn't read that right. What is that?
Pennsyltucky.
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 Never seen that
Pennsylvania. It's like Pennsylvania with Kentucky pushed together. Pennsyltucky.
All right. That's right.
It's a word. People around here who live near Pennsylvania know it because there's this thing where Pennsylvania is. It was kind of coined by a comedian. I can't remember which comedian, but Pennsylvania is basically Pittsburgh, Philadelphia with Alabama in the middle. So it's like there's just a lot of rednecks in Pennsylvania. So they refer to like the boondocks of Pennsylvania as a Pennsyltucky, yeah.
So it's basically Ashtabula, like Trashtabula.
Yeah, good.
And the yellow copper kettle that is head over heels for the arrogant electric stove.
That's the line that like is the hardest to like really figure out what's going on. I mean, like.
Well, again, we got strong with the imagery, and what I get from a lot of these, especially like the last line, is based on the title. I'm taking these as these are past lives, not necessarily literal, though it could be taken as such, but more in the metaphorical sense of at different points in her life, she has identified herself as being things of this nature, like the yellow copper kettle. Is she blonde by chance?
I wouldn't know.
No, I don't think she was actually. Let me go back.
Well,
I'll open the email. She is blondish,
like,
yes.
Yeah, blondish. Okay.
Well, it's personifying the kettle, you know, and you could take the symbology of a kettle however you like, as she's identifying herself, and the electric stove is a much larger, more grand, more powerful, in a sense, appliance that she, you know, is obsessing over here.
The electric stove is arrogant. I like how every line is its own individual
It just turns out
image, you know?
Yeah, the crunchy.
Oh, I see this as actually. I see this very much as a self-degrading poem, actually.
I feel like it's a lot of tiredness.
Yeah, everything in there is like annoying on a base level. Like you have like everything's just like like internet's younger jealous brother. What I don't know who you would even classify that as, but a broken bathroom lock at the Midtown Hotel, sitting in the skinny shared locomotive armrest. Has anyone ever ridden on an Amtrak and had people on either side of you?
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, fake purple sugar in my coffee. Just like I don't know. I've never worn pants.
Well, again, I'm looking at
wore underwear before, but tightly gripping pants with that elastic, like
that would be annoying. Like walking around with a Speedo all day.
Banana. I'm going off of the title of Past Lives, that this is directly related to her specifically, and seeing that these things identifying herself like a blizzard is turbulent, you know, chaotic, and I'm taking that as a mental statement. A jealousy, you know. I take the internet's younger brother to be like, you know, the library, books, you know. Somebody interested in reading, perhaps. Broken bathroom, unable to fulfill her purpose. She's unable to, you know, do what she's meant to do in life. She's seen as failing in her role as a person, which all of us feels like, especially artists, you know. Yeah, I just see a lot here that's like basically crushed, you know, lonely, disregarded, put down, used.
Tightly gripping panty line. Fake purple sugar in my coffee. The thing is, like, she uses my in that line, implying that, like, I think that each of them are, each line is sort of a scene from one of the past lives in quotation marks, and not necessarily that she's the object in them, because certain lines just don't quite mesh with that idea, like the fake purple sugar in my coffee. You know?
No, something like no turn on red though does, like you're just like something stopping you from going where you need to be.
Yeah.
Well, even taking them as like scenes, like past clips of her life in general, could be taken as still these are things directly involved in her life, just like No Turn on Red. You know, that's a statement about that period in her life, or maybe her life as a whole in general.
Yeah.
Just a moment taken from her past.
Fake Facebook birthday fodder. That whole line, who hasn't been there? You know, just like on their birthday, wake up and like everybody you don't even ever talk to is like, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. 17.
That's it.
Like 19
True.
different things.
I've had that before, but just as an ironic side note, that struck me when I read it because I was thinking about my last birthday here at the beginning of this month. I was expecting no commentary in real life, but a shit ton of fake birthday responses on Facebook. But when I got on that, nobody had sent a single thing.
Damn.
My birthday's in like a week. We'll see what happens with mine, I guess.
Nobody cares,
Josh's
even
was just,
online.
like last week or the week before too, right?
Damn. Yeah, my birthday was
Yeah.
His was like the 2nd, if I'm not mistaken.
Mine's September 6th.
Yes, Josh was
old.
concocted on the 12th, I think.
Yes. That's when they got the brew together and made me. It's like one
Yeah, what
part.
is that?
Were you-
Sugar, spice, everything nice.
Were you born
A little bit of
were you
chemical.
born in a jar? Are you a homunculus?
Nah, it's a weird mix of like alcohol and cocaine and bad decisions. That's what I was made of.
That's what led to you in your current state of wearing sock monkey headphones.
Yes, that is what led me to the Sock Monkey headphones.
Yep.
And where I am today.
Coke and alcohol, that seems like a valid track.
I can't vouch for my parents' decisions. Anyway, so this is a good poem. I like it.
This poem does not suck balls.
Wait,
Yes,
you said
that's a
something
good
the
poem.
last go through around. You said something about Pennsylvania weather, Sean.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I said.
There's like a reason you liked that line so much.
Well, yeah, like in Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I mean, like I think everyone knows Pennsylvania is shitty weather. Like George Carlin actually said that Pennsylvania was the place you had to drive through whenever you went somewhere.
Nice. The place
Like-
you had to drive through whenever you went somewhere.
We're the Keystone
See-
State, man. We lock everything together.
I think that's one of the things that's inside joke. Again, just like Ashtabula is funny to people who've been or know the Ashtabula area, but, you know, I know nothing about Pennsylvania or the reference, so it's a space filler to me. But to people who know the reference, it's haha, yay.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's on par of saying like, oh, crazy Ohio weather, you know? Because like, wait a minute, it'll change.
The guy lived in Youngstown. Youngstown was not nearly as bad as Erie as far as the weather. The weather was
Ohio
far
doesn't
nicer.
have weather. Ohio doesn't have weather. It has mood swings.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You guys do get tornadoes though, which we don't get.
I don't think we
I've
get
never
as
seen
far
a
up as
tornado.
we do.
No, you're not. You're not like probably not where you're at, but like they could get.
I'd love to hear of a tornado landing down like Walmart or, you know, across the street from me. And as long as it didn't affect me personally, I would love to see it happen in town and just destroy and wreck shit.
You are a sick puppy.
What? It's like that school that caught on fire a while back because of what was it, a meth lab or something?
Yeah.
That was that was probably the most interesting and beautiful thing that's happened in town for quite some time.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Part of me is like, that's fair. Another part of me is like, that is fucked up. That is horrible. Oh man.
What? The only people that died were the people responsible for it, from what I hear. So
So that's that's justice, karmically
Karma.
speaking.
Oh man.
Yep.
It's just imagining that person's past lives in D minor. ends with
That could
just
become like a phrase.
shit.
Crispy side of bacon.
That's
It's
wow.
It's like crispy virgin meth lab cookers.
Oh shit. All right. This has been Destination Detour. I'm J.M. Rumig.
Sean King.
Dean Hayes.
We're signing out for the day.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.